All right. Sorry, hip hop non-fans. So like, to me, there's almost a Jaws element that in that track that's riding through that track. But then when the second half of that hook comes on and you get all that top end detail, that's where that like, oh crap, anxiety comes from. So hopefully you heard a little bit of the difference between those two things. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not really changing that much of the mix, but I'm trying to just pull out those little detailed things to give them more impact. So you feel that, so you go, oh, I hate that song, like that guy did, or I love that song, like millions of people did. So anyway, yeah, any questions on that? Or on anything?
Do you tend to use also audio restoration at times in mastering, or?
We don't do a lot of, I don't do a lot of restoration. I mean, our studio certainly does. We've got, if it makes sound, we have something to reproduce that sound. We have a huge library of gear. We can rent gear. We don't tend to do a ton of restoration. If you were here yesterday, Bernie's remastered, you know, like Blue Note catalog stuff, which I guess in a way is restoration because those tapes are 50 plus years old, 60 years old. We don't really do a ton of it.
With this track, once the bass drop and the kick and everything, you said you're trying to bring out that kind of synthesizer noise.
Right.
Were you automating that at any point, if you could recall, in the session, or was it kind of, once again, like we talked about, just an overall EQ?
No, it's an EQ change. It depends on how much I'm changing the track, because I'll just handwrite everything as it's playing through. You know, I'll just take a note. Here's the time stamp of where this is on the one. Boom, I'm louder or quieter, or I'll do some changes. This one I probably edited in my DAW after I got it over there, you know, and just did it in sections, and then played it back as, you know, pieced out to make sure that it still sounded like there's not a huge giant change in volumes between the quieter section and the louder section, although the louder section obviously feels bigger. There's a lot of low end in there, a lot of low end information eating up that part of that track. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I'll just do it all in one pass, just take notes of where all the changes are. If you do them quick enough, you don't hear them, or if you sneak them in, if you have time to sneak them in, you rarely hear them. Some things that are just immediate changes, I'll just edit those two different pieces, master it two different ways, and edit it together later. Yeah.
When working on a track like this, do you ever stop and think like, this could be an impactful track of, the year, the decade, or whatever it may be, or is it just something that comes later, like you said with the video, you saw the video?
Yeah, no, it comes later. The backstory on working with this track, and this is the only song I've mastered for Childish Gambino, but Bernie Grundman mastered Awaken My Love the year before. It was nominated for a Grammy. That album is nothing like this song at all. So just that, telling you they're out to get hip hop.
They don't want to see us win.
They don't want us to win. No, obviously it's a different song, and it's hard for me. I don't listen to lyrics when I'm mastering. Like, my focus is more in the frequencies that I'm working with, and then upon the listen after that, you're like, holy crap, right? And this was a little bit of a holy crap song, but the video makes this song holy crap. Like, really.
Thank you.
So I noticed on that last song, you can add compression on the master bus compared to the others. How did that change your approach?
I'm sorry?
It appeared that there was compression on the master bus. That last song, the Gambino song.
Right.
How did that change your approach as a master?
I don't know the answer to that. I deal, like, again, to your prior question, I deal with what's given to me.
Right,
So,
right.
you know,
So that's just part of the sound.
it is.
It's an artistic.
Like, and when I started out, I said I'm not the guy who's always paying attention to the finest detail. This song doesn't need that beauty. I think this song is beautiful. I think the beginning of this track and all those changes are beautiful. But I'm clipping the hell out of this thing. It needs to bang.
Give it a little bite.
Right, it needs to be loud. And that's the thing with hip hop, I think, and specific to my style of mastering and the genres I'm mastering, like, I'm not doing that to a country song or, you know, some pop songs or a quieter acoustic track at all. Like, it's just a different mentality.
Right. Sometimes I'll do a mix and I'll actually take the master fader and bring down to -5 or something. Give it a little more grit, push
Right.
it a little harder.
Right.
Like that, yeah.
Right, but no, I'm clipping the shit out of things.
Yeah. It's fine.
But it works.
Yeah.
You know, like it's pop music.
Right.
It's you know, I would rather have the impact and a little grimy than some soft, real pretty thing that doesn't punch you in the face. Like,
Right.
this song punches you in the face.
Dave's been talking to the other day. He's like, Rob was more example. We won. You know, and I agree.
Right. I mean, but if tomorrow everybody decided to master things 6 dB lower, then I'll do that.
Right.
You know, like, I got to do what the market
Right.
demands. So, any others?
So, if I
Couple
heard
more.
correctly,
Yep.
you will do a complete master and then turn around and then put it into the DAW and write in some automation? Is that what it
No,
is?
so, do you guys have that picture? Is it able to come up? I got a picture of my console. I'm not going to get too in detail, but I'll just kind of show you visually if that helps. All right, so this is my Pro Tools rig. This is the DAW I'm capturing things into. This is my analog console in the middle. I'm running through there to the DAW. That's where I'm doing all my editing. So I'm capturing everything over there, if that was your question.
I was taking it as once it's mastered, then you kind of remaster it with an automation.
No. It's I'm just mastering it, and I'm dumping it into the DAW at 4424 because that's servicing most platforms. If you needed a higher resolution thing, that's, I mean, certainly I'll do that too, but if your file's not a higher resolution file, it's not really an HD thing, right? I'm not going to take your 4416 mix and make it a 9632 or something like that.
It'd be pointless.
Right. So, yeah, no, all the mastering happens right there in the mix. I'm not doing any processing after that. And like I said, I don't use plugins. So it's all that beautiful baby right there.
Very nice. What type of tape deck? What have you?
That is a Studer that doesn't get much love anymore, but has been fired up a couple times in the past month, which makes me happy. I came up on tape, so like DAWs have made my life exponentially easier, but I miss tape. I don't like cutting tape.